Hi, my name is Ty Jones, and I am a person with disabilities. And the disabilities I have is DID, schizodefective, bipolar, um, a bunch of other ones that I can't remember. And it's hard for me in life to deal with things. And when I can't even be in big crowds. And I do hear voices, and I sit there and try to contemplate on things. I have to be the one to keep on moving in life, the one that keep on doing something to help with his family. I have a son that's 17, about to be 17, in May 22nd, on my birthday. Um, so it's a weird concept with that. Is my great grandfather, my grandfather, me, and my son all share the same birthday. So when I was born, I sat there and was bullied in school and beat up and laughed at and put in lockers. Not even put in lockers, like just bullied really bad. And then I started adapting to. Start hearing voices, start hallucinating, and I start coming up, in my own mind, another personality, and when that personality comes out, it's the time to sit there and be like, wow, this is not what I don't want to do. It's not what I have to do. It's what I need to do with him. You know, my personality is a violent person. I've seen many psychiatrists, I've seen many therapists, I've seen many hospital visits because of my mental health. When, in my family, I graduated high school and I graduated culinary arts school, and I just graduated in March this year of 2023, film school. So a lot of people will sit there and say that people with disabilities can't really do nothing. So I'm trying to, with myself, and what's going on with me, and sitting there and like, I could do this. I could sit there and motivate myself to push, to be better, and instead of living the concept of people with disabilities, like, oh, people with disabilities are not right. They don't know what to do. Like, there's different ways of people with disabilities. People that has split personalities. There's people with guardians. There's people with physical, mental, and physical, mental, and emotional disabilities. You got people in wheelchairs. You got people that can't feed themselves. You got people that can't do really much for themselves. But I sit there and think, like, I'm happy I'm not in a wheelchair. I'm happy, that I didn't do these things. I didn't wind up like these things and these people. And I'm happy that I could sit there and go like, man, whatever I'm doing to, again, supply for my family. And I sit there and worry about what's the next thing for my family. What kind of jobs can I have? What kind of lifestyle my family would want. So, I was born in New York City, Queens, New York. Then my grandmother took me to Columbus, Ohio when I was real little. Me and my brother, and that's when I try to realize, hey, like, my grandmother realized like something was wrong with me. Like he belonged in slow classes. I couldn't really do anything. Then I got older and older and older. I realized like, well, me getting to doing what I'm doing is a lot easier with myself. So I sit there and think like, well, if I could be something and let people see, for people with Down syndrome or any other issues in life with themselves, I want people to know that going to do what's best for them, what's best for having a good job, having a good family. There are people out there with disability that do get married, that do have a life outside of, like worrying about other people. But there are people out there that look at people like us with disability and say, oh, if I touch this person, I might catch their disability. But you have to realize we're not a disease. We're not something that you can't get rid of. We're human. We're something that people will understand that we are what we are. We was born this way. Some of us, it happened as we got older. Like, it's like dealing with an older person, like when they lose their mind, when they're having mental issues. And like when they get older, they start getting Parkinson's disease and all this other stuff. And I sit there and look at it like, I'm gonna make something of myself and make something of being like this, like having a good time, having fun, making people laugh. One thing I could say I do love, and that's I love to cook. I love to shoot, stuff like this. I love to spend time with friends, family, loved ones, and my son, But there are other people that can't even do that with their families. There are other ones that can't sit there and be like, man, I wish my sister or brothers come and visit me. Like, my brothers live up the street from me. One of my brothers live up the street from me. And he barely calls. He barely talks. And, I messed up in this past year. Oh, not even the whole year yet. These couple months, I messed up a lot. I messed with a young lady, and she coerced me to go to a check cashing place, and cash a check, and that I don't remember it was already cashed. She used every bit of that money for herself. And then, I got fed up. I got fed up with being used. I got fed up with everything, and I had her leave. I had her out of my life. And by having good people in my life, you have to have them back. You have to have them realize, for you to realize, like, hey, whatever's going on now is not right, you're doing. And whatever you got going on, you should always sit there and think like, this person's not good for you, or this person's bad. So when you sit there and laugh, and you laugh at people, and people laugh and joke and call people names, and when I first been around people I shouldn't have been around, and that's since December. I was around someone I should have never been around. She had me buy her weed. She had me buy alcohol when I don't even do those things. My thing is video games, going to school, and taking care of my family, So I thought with me being around her, I could change her, but it didn't work. So I'm not gonna put her out all like that, But I have someone in my life that is the best person for me, but her people are trying to take her away from me. And I don't want that. She doesn't need to be taken away from me. She doesn't need to be taken out of her home. She just needs me to help her and take care of her. So, if you really enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and follow.